big rooms, but I don't have the luxury of time. And I didn't actually know what was going on other than it's all part of the process and making it beneficial for everyone. And when Sean, I think we were on the fourth competition, he's like, Ken, step in. I just thought I was going to speak. So then I end up getting smoked. I had an 8.9 there or something because I didn't have my heroic, unique identity ready to go. But that'll never happen again because, I am a magician and I'm going to be more spontaneous. But it was so much fun because I love when Sean does that. If you remember a few months back when he put me on the spot where I began to create my signature speech, I got so much out of that lesson, and that week opened up my listening, and it was just amazing on what I created that in that 1 week from you put me on the spot. So I'll stop talking. I don't want to hijack the call here.
Wonderful. And thank you, Ken. And, my takeaway from this weekend is that it takes time because every word we say is received differently by different people.
Yes.
And just anchoring on that, all business is built on relationship. All relationship is created through shared experience. And the question for the shared experience is how do we create the maximum value with the most minimal of money, time, and energy investment? How do we create the maximum value with the most minimal amount of money, time, and energy investment? Like to be integrally aligned. So Dolph, I'm curious about some of your impressions and thoughts because it felt like there was a much larger clarity that we stepped into out of what could have been some fog from a man like yourself who has not seen it all, but seen more than 99.99% of humans across the globe in the context of real estate, business, life, acceleration. So Dolph, what say you about it taking time to understand one another and see things clearly?
Well, thank you, Sean. Firstly, I would say that I need to put in a disclaimer. The setting that we were in, the setting that Sean allowed us to enter was so stunning and spectacular. That first night that we got there, we went for a walk on the beach. And apart from the fact that if we'd stayed there much longer, our fingers would have broken off because they were so brittle from the cold. It was stunningly beautiful. There was an almost full moon. It was glistening on the waves rolling, and we would turn around and you could see the houses on the horizon of the sand dune. It was just an amazing thing. So it could almost be argued that anything that happened on the weekend would have given the impression of being beautiful and spectacular because of the setting. But I'm very clear that I can differentiate the beautiful setting from the content of what went on. And I would summarize the content as follows. We all like to talk about ambition and humility and being creative and having synergy and working together. And they are concepts we have in our head, and we can have them on calls like this. We can have them when we're apart reading a book. But to be in the midst of people who all came from that point in their hearts, not in their heads, I would say the biggest thing for me is that I had that memory of a childhood experience where you're so in love with what's going on, you don't want it to come to an end. When the holiday finishes, you're almost a bit sad, if you remember that as a kid. I experienced that again last night because I didn't want it to end. It's not just the setting now. It was being connected at a heart level with people who, whatever their opinion was about anything, you knew they were coming from a great centered point of view. And I just wanted to be in that space. So to me, the weekend was a tremendous experience of gratitude and possibilities of what we might create. And when you think of possibilities, there truly is no limit.
Yes. Well, Dolph, could not appreciate you more. So thankful. And much is to come. Much is to come. And takeaway for me that just became available as Dolph was sharing is how many relationships die because we don't have another conversation seeking clarity. How many people are there for you to co-create with, who are there needing your services, your time, your attention, your energy, that because, and it's not just because you have another conversation, but you're innovating within that conversation in how you're speaking into people's listening. And Dolph and Ken, you're geniuses in that space. We worked incredibly hard this weekend to speak into that listening. And if you can hang for just a moment, I want to acknowledge a few people, and we will tie this back in at the end with Dolph and Ken, but we are going to be going 5 wide for a second here. So would that be okay, Dolph and Ken, if you pause for one moment?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, can I just ask one question?
Yes. Is that
So-
Bella Rita?
Of course. And I just heard Dolph share this beautiful walk on the beach in this beautiful setting and heart-centered. And I'm curious how he didn't get any initiations of jumping in the ocean. I know that there was snow and all of these things, but every other person in the world, their first story with you at the beach has to be jumping in the ocean. And his story is, it's beautiful. We took this walk on the beach. It sounds so romantic.
Well, it is
I don't think
true.
you got the proper initiation.
Well, it is true that I felt uniquely pulled towards Dolph, but I was trying to create at least a little space and distance so it didn't get too weird. However, the level, it was an absolute commitment, and we're always transparent here, to get into the ocean. We literally ran out of time because we made breakthroughs on Sunday that were just cascading in their acceleration. So it happened just that way. We didn't get down to Long Beach Island until the evening on Saturday. And then we were prepared on Sunday. We're committed on Sunday to all go in the ocean together. That will be there for next time. But Bella, great call out. Great call out. That is true.
I agree, Bella. And I was prepared. I brought a swimsuit along because I'd heard rumors that you are required to do this. And even beyond that, I brought my passport because I wasn't sure if the international limit was 6 miles or 12 miles, and I didn't want to get caught without a passport.
And we were 6 miles at sea. And we were 6 miles at sea on Long Beach Island. Bella, we're coming back to you in 1 minute because we want to thank you for the access you created with the amazing Denise Klein in just a moment. So
Okay.
cool?
Yep.
Okay, Chaz, who are our influence champions from challenge 3, challenge 4, challenge 5, challenge 6? And let's start with runners up and champion. And who was the moderator and the unblinded trainer / coach that was there? You ready, Chaz?
I'm ready, everybody. Let me get my camera on here too. All right, so from round 3 with Caroline Ford and Tiffany Armstrong, we had our winner as Andy Zapata and runner-up as Rebecca Butcher. So I believe we have everyone on the call here today.
Rebecca Butcher, Andy Zapata, Caroline Ford, Tiffany Armstrong. Great job, everybody. So let's just go quick 20 seconds. Rebecca, congratulations. And what was your experience like this weekend? And by the way, where are you from?
Let's bring Rebecca up. We got her.
Yep, let's get everybody ready to go. So we're gonna need to be going rapidly. Yep, team. Let's get everybody ready to go from the other fine folks from each round. Do we have Rebecca?
She's on
Could
mute.
you
I
mind
think we
repeating
do.
the question? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No. Hey, Rebecca. First of all, just hey, where you're from? What are you up to? And 20, 30 seconds. And how was this weekend for you?
So I live in Baltimore. I am a visual storyteller. I work with primarily nonprofits telling their story, trying to create some type of emotion, getting people involved. Right now, I have 2 nonprofits. I'm super excited because I booked a shoot with the Boys and Girls Club of Baltimore. So I'm really trying to harness my love of creating emotion in others and giving that to my clients. I'm also on Instagram. I create content for different brands. And just right now, I'm digging into it all because I got laid off in July. And I figured it was my chance to chase that entrepreneurial dream.
Well, you are definitely welcome to come on to one of our Real Raws. You're wonderful, fantastic. That's a part of the dynamic. We have 30 days to influence mastery for Rebecca, for sure. Great job. And how was just, in 15 seconds or so, how was your experience in the challenge this weekend? How'd that land for you?
It was exactly what I needed because my word for this year is action. I have been very afraid to just put something together to do it. I'm like a real perfectionist, really deep in my head. And the community that I found, it lit me up to the point where I'm not afraid to take action because I feel supported. And that is like, I just popped into the room. I hadn't had a lot of experience with Unblinded, but it feels like, it's like the universe speaking and saying, this is right for you. This is, you ended up here for a reason.
Awesome. Well, let's get some love in the chat to Rebecca. Great job, Rebecca. plenty more to talk about. So Chaz and team, let's make sure we get Rebecca 30 Days to Influence Mastery, talk about it real raw. Rebecca, thank you, because you talked about zone action. Mr. Zone Action was the person that came in first place in that challenge 3. Mr. Zone Action, what's up, brother? Andy Zapata, how was it for you? Quick 20, 30 seconds.
Oh man, that social audio app, Clubhouse, is amazing. I was addicted to it the whole entire weekend. I think it's the next trend, so I'm fully vetted into that. It was amazing. I mean, I was in the zone. I was surrounded around kids. I was with my wife, and all of a sudden, you guys called me up, and I'm like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta do this, and I made it happen. It was amazing. It was really fun.
So Andy, can you see, right? So first of all, definitely don't want you being addicted to Clubhouse and running all over the place on Clubhouse. But do you see how if you're running influence challenges for attorneys, for example, in South Florida, for attorneys, for real estate offices, for people who patients, for doctors, marketers, people down there in your area to build your incredible franchises in physical therapy, do you see how rapidly you can have people come in and out, meet people, and create connection, acceleration, and momentum? Yes or no?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Andy, you are never confused, brother. Well, that's not true. We're all confused sometimes, but you are much less confused than most humans. So awesome job. Congratulations on winning the Influence Challenge. You also get, of course, an Influence Mastery, and there's plenty more to talk about. So love you. Want to acknowledge the outstanding fine folks that ran this. Tiffany Armstrong, let's go Caroline real quick. How was this for you running it? And what was your biggest takeaway from this weekend, Caroline?
Hi, Sean. It was a great weekend. I kind of knew what I was going to do, but I kind of didn't. And it did not disappoint. I mean, it was just everybody that participated were amazing. Tiffany was amazing. It was such a great experience, Sean. I'm so grateful. And it just really energized me. I had some projects I was working on, and I just powered through those projects Saturday, Sunday, because it just charged me up. It just, revitalized me. It was just so great to be around so many inspirational people with such amazing stories. Even Tiffany's story, it was just like, she had us tearing up on the phone. We were just so moved. And, it was just like, a party, but it was like, all these entrepreneurs getting together, and we're just speaking the same language, understanding one another, identifying with the pain points. It was great. It was really great.
And Caroline, and for everybody here who's going to be coming up, feel free to drop into the chat how to contact you for the fine folks that are here. And for everybody, just understand this, whatever you think you experienced this weekend, Caroline even running it. We talked about this with Tiffany, Diana, Jason, and Andres this morning. You understand, with respect and humility, at most 5% of what's going on. Because if it took 25 conversations with people as smart and brilliant and experienced in the world of business, selling 2 million books, speaking on the top stages in the world like Dolph and Ken, if it took us 25 conversations to gain clarity on the power of what we're co-creating here, on the power of what you're co-creating here through shared experiences and competitions and exposing levels of influence, if it took that long with them, it takes long for everybody. And even with the people in the internal Unblinded team, they're still unfolding the vision. So 5% is known. What does it look like? When Caroline is running an influence challenge, should she choose to go down that path, and there's 250 optimal avatars leveraged by people and businesses that get exactly what we're talking about. And she's moderating, facilitating, and making things happen. And she's gaining hierarchical primacy as leading and running it. So Caroline, great job, and thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, great job. Tiffany Armstrong, 15 seconds, because we're going to go 5 wide and have everybody share 15 seconds. What's your biggest takeaway from this weekend, Tiffany?
Incredible. Thank you, Sean. Well, you never disappoint, Sean. Your ideas, everything, just always first class, just amazing. It was incredible working with Caroline, getting to know her and seeing her in all of her glory in the limelight.
Love you. Biggest takeaway?
New people and deep practice.
Awesome. Love you, Tiffany. Great job. Chaz, thank you guys. Great job. Influence Challenge number 3. Andy Zapata, Caroline. Rebecca, Tiffany, fantastic job. Chaz, who do we got from Influence Challenge number 4?
Let's go to
And everybody,
number.
by the way, we're going to leave with issuing the challenge. We are launching the Unblinded Challenge today. We're going to leave with that in just a few minutes. Yes, back to you.
Awesome. We had Influence Challenge number 4 with Tatiana Bunick and Andres Rivera Hurtado. We had Betty Johnson as our winner and Ryan Carthage. I believe Betty's not with us, but we do have Ryan.
All right, Betty, great job. Congratulations. Ryan, congrats. Where are you from? And what was your biggest takeaway from this weekend as you crushed it? Amazing job, Ryan. Thank you for your courage and vulnerability. What's there for you, brother?
Thanks so much, guys. From Detroit, Michigan. My biggest takeaway was just do it. Going into this year, my word, my wife and I had this conversation about what's our word for the year. Mine was implementation. So just taking action on all the things that we learned from 2020 to continue to grow and get to the space where we desire to be. And coming into the room, I didn't know what was happening. And I just had to go. Just had to jump in. You guys were looking for people, and I did, and it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome, man. And listen, this is the beginning of the beginning. Welcome to the Unblinded ecosystem. Thank you for courage and vulnerability. And what you're seeing is not a funnel. What you're seeing is not pitch, hook, close. What you're selling is not a desire to sell a program. It's a desire to build partnerships between people of massive acceleration. So thank you for being there. Awesome.
Grateful.
Thank you. Andres, biggest takeaway, brother.
This is a talent hotbed. We learn as you go. We keep on running. We innovate, and we make magical things happen. That's what it was this weekend.
Awesome. The curmudgeon-y, loving, heart-centered, funny, crazy, after dark seeking, brilliant person with helping people with their money and confronting all the things around it. Tatiana, what's your biggest takeaway? We have Tatiana, Chaz, or no?
I think she may have dropped off, Sean.
Okay, awesome. So Tatiana, great. So let's go Influence Challenge number 5.
Number 5. All right. That was led by David Hammer and Diana Pereira. We had our winner as Leslie Nicole and our runner-up is Kelly K. Walker. We have Leslie here with us.
All right. Awesome. Leslie, speaking on behalf of the group, what do you got? How was it?
It was awesome. It was amazing. I am Leslie Nicole from Fort Lauderdale. Biggest takeaways were for me is to be open to unexpected possibilities, and one word would be growth.
Awesome. Excellent job, Leslie. I think, yes, Diana has bounced over to Clubhouse already. We're going to be there in a second. It is 9:02. So we'll be heading over there.
No, I think we do have Diana and Dave here as well, Sean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. Okay.
Of course, we're here, Sean. We would not leave you alone.
Thank you. All right. So, Chaz, let's get somebody over to Clubhouse, people, and saying hi. Diana, maybe Fernanda, if you could hop over for a couple minutes, that would be fantastic. Diana, how are you? Quick 30-second or 20-second takeaway.
Thank you. Before I hop into Clubhouse to keep the energy up, I'm going to say, look, I've spent hours over there thinking, what am I doing here? And not really getting enough value for my ecosystem and for my intention, because my intention is to find leaders like you, the ones that are on the screen today and the ones that are listening. And our time is very valuable. Our energy is the highest currency we have to offer. So choosing to spend it in a beautiful way, like I did with David, Leslie, and all of you on the weekend, really made my day. And my intentions for this week have changed because of that. I know what I'm doing, and I know why, and here it is together. So thank you, Sean, for providing us a container, the formula, and the truth to keep leading the way with our heart.
Yeah. And Diana, if you are intentional and plan out a competition and a challenge like that 4 weeks out, what do you think would be how much larger would be the impact and value than just, kind of slapping it together last minute? 4 week out, intentionality, leveraging ecosystems of people, of real estate agencies, accounting firms, law firms, entrepreneurial groups, women's groups, all subsections of bar associations. What are your thoughts with 4 weeks of intention around it and building partnership to create mutual leverage?
Are you kidding? It's monumental. It's like imagining what the real raw was 4 months ago. 4 weeks from now, I just asked Jay Levine, because I saw him on the chat saying, I want to run this for realtors. And I jumped in. I'll co-host with you. Let's do it. I'm excited. I just can't even imagine the impact because Clubhouse is really spreading like fire. So I think it's going to be more successful than Facebook, than Instagram, TikTok, all of that wrapped into one. So intentionality is a key word here, and enough time to let the people that we are inviting know exactly what's going on, because it's hard to understand at the beginning. 10
Yeah.
things happening at once, but this is why we do this. So let's go.
Everybody is going to be a step ahead, is see where something is going, not where it is. It is not going with successful people sitting in rooms all day long. It is not going there. It is going places where people can create max leverage, max value rapidly. That's where it's going, and that's where we are already. So it's all coming this way. So yes, thank you for that. David, quick 20-second takeaway. How was the weekend for you, and biggest takeaway?
Amazing weekend. I will say the biggest takeaway was my commitment to seeing through this process. Also, thanks for shout out to Bella for calling you out on having the picture with Dolph possibly jumping into the Atlantic Ocean. We'll be waiting for that next time. And all I'll say to everyone here is that the energy that I took in from all of these collective souls took me to a place. Actually, right after I got off our challenge, I went for an 8-mile run, and the energy I just feel since then is just off the charts. And that's all I got to say about it.
And David, brother, fantastic. I was on with Rob Gill this morning, downloading about the great job that you did, where all this fits together for Epic. And own this in your heart. Whatever I did, the first Real Raw with one person about 9 months ago, and where we are now is extraordinary, and helped launch this entire thing. And it's why we're sitting with Ken, Dolph, yourself, everything's happening. Hold space for where this could be in 6 months with you committed to it and what it will do for your business. Hold space for that, because very few people will ever see it through. They will never see it through. They're going to go and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce. The way you separate yourself is the challenge we're throwing down right now today, the challenge of Unblinded. We have launched it. Fantastic job, brother. Awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you. Let's go. Chaz, our final amazing group. Yes, who we got?
Let's hit it. So our amazing final group 6, we had Denise Klein, Jason Sipple. Denise not only in there as a host, but as a champion with runner-up David McKenna. So what is going on, Denise?
Awesome job. Awesome job. Denise, how are you?
I'm absolutely freaking incredible, over the moon, excited, with hope for our world. That's how I am, Sean.
And we said we'd announce it. The job that you did, you also, and all the hosts did a fantastic job. Wonderful job. You created the #1 job hosting across the weekend. Congratulations on that, Denise.
Thank you so much. It was a blast. And Jason and I did it together. Badass coach. Not sure if I'm supposed to cuss, but that is the only way to explain Jason.
Wait, you're friends with Bella Verita. Would you think that it's not person here occasionally?
Excellent point.
Right.
Excellent point.
Right. Please.
Okay, let me just tell you, I have such great hope for the world. 2020 was an incredible year for me in the world of a pandemic. Such great good came in so many ways, and it has launched 2021. And I've been following Unblinded, and kind of a little of FOMO going on, right? What's this movement? What are these formulas, these daily huddles? Like, who are these people? And I can't articulate to you what the formula is yet. However, we experienced that formula yesterday in love. We shifted and changed the paradigm of the world yesterday. It was felt, and there was a shift. And I don't know where you're headed. I don't know where this movement headed, but I am blessed to, in January of 2021, connected. And I am here in such gratitude for the conspiracy that we created this weekend. And I got to give the biggest shout out to Caroline and Tess, because you were brave enough to go first. I could hit a home run, and you owned that with me, along with every other leader and every coach. I popped into those rooms. I learned, I grew, I became a different woman this weekend. Thank you for this opportunity.
Denise, extraordinary. Denise, you are a highly ranked real estate expert, brilliant. You said it publicly, so I'll say it, 29 million in real estate that you did last year. And you are, again, one of the leaders in the state of Nevada and Las Vegas. So fantastic job, incredibly grateful. And it has just begun. And the fun and magic of this is when this is done, Dolph, Ken, Bella, Denise, we're all on the phone sharing energy and magic and co-creating where this space goes. So, and right, it's extraordinary. And Denise, we're going to jump over to Clubhouse in a second. So I just want to acknowledge you. Fantastic job. Bella Verita, you are source. Ken is source for Dolph. You are source with Denise. Magic happening. Bella, what's there for you?
What is present for me is, as I hear Denise sharing, it's like, that's why we're friends, because she has all of the energy variances, the way she can speak from her heart, cause leadership. She's a hell of a lot of fun, let me tell you. And I am so blessed and so honored that she's going to be joining this community, joining with Elite, and being able to, not just say like, I'm about this, not just be about the world change, but actually join the movement to cause leadership. And she's one of the most extraordinary people I have ever met in my entire life. I shared yesterday, she was the very first coach that I hired, and she was not easy on me in any way, shape, or form. And so I'm just super blessed that she is here and have the opportunity to be part of this community. And it's going to be amazing.
Awesome. Great job. And thank you, Bella. And that mission, as Denise noted, is leaders leading leaders, leaders leading leaders to merge ecosystems. 1, leaders leading leaders. 2, to merge ecosystems. 3, for 1 + 1 = a trillion relationships, or at least more than 10, to 4, make the world an even greater place. And that's what was occurring this weekend in its infancy. We are in our infancy at doing that. So thank you, Denise. And thank you, Bella. Of course, Jay Sips, fantastic job, brother. What's there for you?
Oh man, well first, the fact that Denise and Bella live together, and Bella admitted that her room is still messy to this day. So learning that was fun. And what's there for me, Sean, is the importance of just one relationship, how one relationship can change everything. I had the privilege, the honor of working with Denise. She said yes to everything. We went forward, we went fast. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. Yeah. And it was brilliant.
Awesome.
It's just the importance of leaning in when you're uncomfortable, and importance of high vibrational fun.
Yeah. And here's the key distinction for everybody to lock into. What happens when you're causing all of this? What happens when you are causing all of this? Every person here is causing this in a unified dynamic, like a foundational dynamic, retaining their own identity. Dolph is not losing his identity. Ken Van Loo is not losing identity. Denise is not losing her identity. Bella is never losing her identity. You can be sure that Bella, are you ever losing your identity, Bella Verita?
No, sir.
So for all of us, this is not about Unblinded. It's about you. And you're watching it unfold while we're having this extraordinary weekend with Ken and Dolph. We're having an extraordinary weekend with Caroline. We're having an extraordinary weekend with David, Tatiana, with Ryan, with Denise, David. By the way, David, what's there for you? David McKenna, outstanding job. David was in our original program back in 0456, and he's back and he's crushing it. David, quick 20, 30 seconds. Fantastic job, brother. What was there for you? Do we have Dave McKenna, Chaz, or no?
Yeah, a couple seconds. He's coming up now.
I'm here if you can see me.
Yeah, David, unbelievable job. Dropping the mic, rocking, coming out of nowhere, crushing it. What was there for you?
Oh, thank you, Sean. I love you, and I love everybody on the panel. What was there for me, what I came away from was that it's okay if in fun and in love, you share your faith in the workplace. It's just an experience, and it doesn't have to be locked up in a church anymore. So it was very appropriate, and it's going to help with my franchisees, and it just was very super encouraging to me. I love you all. I'm really excited. I'm in Business Mastery Plus, but Elite is on the way. I want to contribute. I want to help in my unique way. Sean, I love you. I'm there for you.
I love you too, Dave. And Dave is franchising his beautiful, wonderful business. And he is extraordinary heart-centered. And yeah, he was courageous enough to share deeply his faith and its role in his life. this weekend as part of his HUI acknowledgments. And yeah, there's never should be a time we can't share who we are, what we believe in, and what we do in anywhere, anytime. So great job, Dave. And I acknowledge that and reward everybody for it, because we don't want to be in a space where we're afraid to share in love, in empathy, our hearts and what drives us and our why. Fantastic. So we're going to draw to a close with the challenge in a second, but I'm going to kick that back with Ken and Dolph in a moment. And here it is. We laid out the challenge of self-mastery, which is 9.5 plus, and how to do that in your strength, empathetic, strength, confidence, and certainty. Second, we dropped in on the formula, being present to it every day, the 4 steps, 10 indispensable elements, 4 energies. And third, in your process mastery, here it is. To go forward and to run in the month of February, 2 shared experiences, 2 shared experiences. And those shared experiences can either be a Clubhouse challenge that we're co-creating around the formula, or 2 Real Raw Opens in February. And that you ensure that at a minimum, you have 8 people on both that are your avatars. And none of these people are people from the Unblinded ecosystem. These are new people to drive forward. You go, oh, I get it. You're having us do your work. Wrong. I guarantee you, with absolute respect and humility, the gains that occurred for the people who ran these things this weekend were dramatically in excess of any gain for Unblinded. Dramatically, with humility and love. I pay Tony Robbins $250,000 a year for the privilege of being a lion and for standing up on that stage and promoting Platinum Partnership. And the gains for me are dramatically in excess of $250,000 and the time and energy I put in. So that's the challenge. And your influence will rise, your strength, confidence, certainty will rise. We'll be anchoring on it. If you're in the challenge, and then in February, you do 1 a week, you do 4. That is the challenge. And each week, you have your speaking platform. Each week, you have your speaking platform built. And every week, you run with at least 2 other people. I bring 5, you bring 5. Every single week of January and February, for a total of 8 times. Your speaking platform. And third, this is like simple. It's a lot easier than doing 75 hard. You follow up with every single one of those people the very next day after either your talk or either your Real Raw, and you set up either an ecosystem merger meeting, a potential sales meeting. That is your challenge. We'll write it up and get it back out to you. We're going to be emphasizing this all week long to create actualization now for you. With that said, Ken, how does that challenge resonate for you?
Game on.
Awesome job, brother. Dolph, I am curious with your genius and having seen things.
Wait, Ken, are you going to practice your HUI?
It's done already. You had me in the room like talking to myself after 5 minutes yesterday.
Awesome job. So Dolph, what is present for you around just your experience of this morning and these fine folks, and what's occurring? You know, I'm sure the incredible wheels in that brilliant mind and heart were spinning and interacting. What's there for you?
Thank you, Sean. I am reminded of that truism that a person's mind, once expanded to a new scale, can never fit back into its original dimension. And I want to acknowledge you and thank the Unblinded community for expanding people's minds. It's a process that will continue. Life truly will never be the same. I'm excited.
Thank you. And for tonight, as we go out, let's go with this. Dolph, what's a song favorite of yours? We'll play an exit song. That would be a song that you would appreciate to hear at this moment.
Oh, at this moment, only the best. Tina Turner.
All right. That's it. Let's go with
Love
that.
it.
Chaz, beautiful call by Dolph. Tonight on What is Unblinded, Why Real Raw, we're going to have an extraordinary evening, and we will play the Sherman and Mr. Peabody, and we'll see if it reminds you of anybody. So love you guys. We're jumping over to Clubhouse.
Sean, real quick, Adam, 1 second. My final was going to be expansion. Dolph, to hear that? In honor of Rob Gill, I'm not confused. Sean, I'm not surprised.
Amen. And by the way, got to acknowledge Rob Gill and Nicole Maiello. Fantastic jobs this weekend. Mona also for helping out Clubhouse in huge ways. I am missing at least 20 people, but I'd be remiss not to share what those fine folks did. And Rob, thank you, brother. I got the vaccine because of Rob Gill in an Integris process, which was permitted through the beautiful hospital of Clara Moss. And they asked for us to share that it was painless, and it's something that is helping keep people safe. And I'm sure that there's many, many thoughts and emotions around it. But yes, I got the vaccine, and unbelievably, there was a Tony Robbins coach that gave Rob Gill the vaccine. He's a doctor and Tony Robbins certified coach, for a fun fact. Again, great job, everybody. See you in a little bit. I'm jumping over to Clubhouse. You want to hear more about what happens next there. Thanks.